Welcome to the Raw Food Health Empowerment Show. I'm your host, Samantha Salmon, certified holistic health coach and author of You Can Afford to Be Healthy. And today we are talking about what exactly happens in the body when you're dealing with PMS symptoms and how it affects the brain and how we can feel better and feel more comfortable in our bodies. So if you know a woman who turns into a completely different person for a week or two every month, then you definitely want to make sure to share this episode right now. All right, so what exactly is happening in the body when we have PMS going on? So basically, PMS stands for premenstrual syndrome, and it occurs like a week or two prior to menstruation, right? And it's basically hormonal imbalance that's happening. So the liver, and if you're live with me right now, just give me a thumbs up, a like, comment yes, so I can see who you are, and make sure to share this episode. The liver, basically, hi Nat, how you doing? So the liver regulates hormonal imbalance in the body. Its job is to filter out excess hormones out of the body, one of them being estradiol, which is a type of estrogen, and when there's too much, it can be toxic. So it needs to get filtered out and excreted from the body. Then another issue that comes up is having too much estrogen and not enough progesterone. And basically what this does is it creates fluid retention. We have circulation issues. So oxygen and nutrients isn't going to the brain and the reproductive organs. And so, that's what's causing the problem. That's what's happening. So when we have lack of oxygen supply and nutrient supply to the brain, these are the symptoms that we're dealing with: anxiety, depression, food cravings, angry outbursts, and delusions. And, for some people, this may seem funny, but this is lack of oxygen to the brain, and it's happening because of PMS, because of these hormonal imbalances, right? So this show is called the Raw Food Health Empowerment Show. I focus on empowering, right? Being empowered with information and with strategy. So how do we help ourselves feel more comfortable in our body while it's going through this? Well, first of all, how I help myself was by taking herbs. Herbs help me in the beginning just to feel more comfortable right away. The difference between herbs and pharmaceutical drugs is it's just as powerful without the side effects, because you have the whole plant working in synergy, right? It's not a volatile compound. When you extract, portions of the plant, it becomes a volatile compound. So I use herbs to help alleviate the pain right off the bat, and it worked really well for me. Then the next thing I did was I cleaned up my diet. I, got more consistent about exercise, like we talked about. Basically, with circulation being affected and lack of oxygen and nutrient flow to the brain and reproductive system, that's creating this pain and this, all of these symptoms where we basically don't even know ourselves. We're dizzy, we're having migraines, we're having insomnia, right? It's affecting our brains, it's affecting our mood, we don't feel well. Then how do you increase circulation? How do you work on your circulation to make it better? This is where exercise comes into play. But you don't want to do anything that's going to create stress in the body. And I don't know if we talked about this last season on the show, but stress is a major part of our health that we need to pay attention to, because when the body is under chronic stress, not only does it shorten our lives, where you can actually see it, how it manifests in our DNA actually changes because of chronic stress, but it affects our immune system. It affects our gut lining. It makes it difficult for us to absorb nutrients from the foods that we're eating. So, and it plays a role in these symptoms, in creating too much stress hormones that are surging and creating a lot of problems, not just for our gut and our immune system, but for the brain and causing pain, PMS pain. So exercise, but the right kind of exercise. So a lot of self-care. And so I would like to help you guys if you are interested in learning how you can use herbs to feel better right now, like right away, like you're having pain right now and you need some alleviation, but you don't want to take chemical drugs and pollute the body even more, then click on the link in the description to this video. Every time we come on live, there are always episode resources, so you can download that for free in the description to this episode. And also, if you are struggling with a painful and long menstrual cycle, then I invite you to this 30-day perfect period program, where basically I work with you for 30 days, not only to learn what you need to do to feel more comfortable month round, all month long, right? But to make it work for you. So a lot of times people consume information. They consume a lot of information. They'll read a lot of books. They'll hear a lot of things. But the transformation comes in taking action. So this 30-day program is all about the transformation. How can you apply this to your lifestyle so that it can work for you, so you can reach results? And the result is to avoid, like some of the things we talked about in the last episode, what some women are doing to their bodies in order to feel more comfortable, but have they tried everything that they could in the natural route to just support the body, right? To feel better. And that's what this program's all about. We're using herbs, we're using diet, we're using lifestyle and self-care practices to have the perfect period. This is what I've been able to do for myself, so I feel comfortable, and it comes and goes really quickly. So I've been able to go from like a 7-day to a 3-day period experience, and dramatically decrease the flow and not have any pain, and know what to do if I'm feeling bloated or having cramps or something like that. So yeah, this is what this is all about, and you'll be able to turn it on, turn it off. And why I say turn it on, turn it off is because it's a lifestyle. So if you're on my email list, you probably already know, because I've kind of talked about this, but basically some of the foods, even vegan foods that we're out here eating, like bread and veggie burgers and, veggie chips and all these types of things will bring on the pain. And I know, because I've experimented on my own body. So even if it's okay, it's vegan, it's not necessarily the types of foods you need to be eating around your menstrual cycle. And so we go into all of that, how to plan out everything, know when your period's about to come, and the protocol you need to put in place while you're doing that, and clean it up for a long term, so that when it comes time, it's, even if your diet's not perfect, right? Because no one's diet is perfect, right? But you know what to do to shut the pain down right away. And I'm talking about minutes, okay? Minutes. Like, I don't use pharmaceutical drugs. That's something I used to do 10 years ago when I had, period pain. I would reach for the Advil, and I think I shared my experience with you guys last week on how I feel like I damaged my body because I have problems swallowing pills, and these things, the way they're meant to work, it's like, it's chemicals, it's volatile, and if you're not using it completely properly, you can do a lot of damage. And even beyond that, even if all this 10 years, right, additional, if I have been continuing to use Advil, like many women do, Motrin and ibuprofen, all of these, painkillers for menstrual pain, what does consuming pharmaceutical drugs on a regular basis do, even if it's over the counter? these are chemicals. So you're making the liver work overtime. You're making the kidneys work overtime. You're polluting the body, and you're disrupting the microbiome, basically the healthy gut bacteria in your body that's supposed to help strengthen the immune system. So, which causes a lot of problems later. You're talking about cognitive issues, you're talking about nutritional deficiencies, you're talking about digestive upset. So there's a lot of things. So there's a lot of reasons to go the natural route. But if this is something you're interested in, then definitely embark on this, and you will feel and experience the results in 30 days. Okay, I'm here to help you. And I hope you guys have a blessed week. If you're interested in learning more, definitely check out the link below and watch this. That used to be me, and now I have the perfect period. Hey, I'm Samantha Salmon, certified holistic health coach, author of You Can Afford to Be Healthy, and the host of the Raw Food Health Empowerment Show. Give me 30 days and I'll show you how I shaved days off my menstrual cycle, have no cramps, and stay sane during that time of the month, and how you can experience the same. Click on the link to schedule your coaching sessions. I look forward to working with you.